Well, let's bring in Congressman Mark Alford for more on this. Congressman, always good to see you here on the big show. Let's start with President Trump. He met with you, your colleagues on Capitol Hill. The GOP looking unified like never before. Tell us, take us inside some of those meetings and discussions.
Yeah, hey, Brian, by the way, good to see you. I saw you outside the Capitol Hill Club yesterday where the president was, and I tell you what a great meeting. He spoke for an hour and 10 minutes, as only the former president, soon-to-be president of the United States, does. Just some great stories about what had gone on in the White House, what's going on in the world, and how he is going to make America great again with the help of the GOP, how you're uniting together the House Republicans, the Senate Republicans, to win back the U.S. Senate, to increase our majority in the U.S. House, and to get President Trump back behind that resolute desk.
Congressman, it seems to me, as a casual observer of what happened yesterday, that there's this sense of being proactive, of preparing for President Trump's return to the White House so that he can quite literally hit the ground running.
Well, Terrence, you're exactly right, and there are plans in place. You know, when he won back in 2020, most people thought that Hillary Clinton was going to win that race. And so the Republicans were not prepared. They admitted that. I wasn't here, of course, when that happened. But they were not ready to hit the ground running to overturn Obamacare, to get the tax cuts in place that we needed. Now those plans are being plotted out and planned specifically. So when January 20th happens, the world is going to see a huge change in America. It's going to create growth. It's going to make us energy independent, once again, energy dominant. And we're going to get back on track. We are going to take back America in the overregulation, boost our economy. A lot of great ideas that we're going to work together on to make America great again.
Congressman, since the press wasn't allowed in the Capitol Hill Club, paint a picture real quickly. What was the tone? What was the energy like? I know that from what I understand, he was in a good mood. But can you kind of paint a picture to our viewers of what that meeting was like yesterday morning?
Yeah, the room was packed. It was standing room only. I think just about every member of the U.S. House of Representatives on the Republican side was there, and a lot of staff and the president. The first thing we did was sing happy birthday to him. I think he appreciated that. Roger Williams, the chair of the Small Business Committee and also the manager of the Congressional Baseball Team for the Republicans, presented him with a bat from the previous night's game and the winning ball. He just told stories for an hour and 10 minutes. And you know how the president does. He'll start one story and then get into another and then another. He's kind of spider webbing, but he does come back and finish the stories. You know, he talked about Nancy Pelosi, that J6 tape that never came out and finally did, where she's taking responsibility for not calling in the National Guard. And he also talked about specifically how he was going to help Republicans with teletown halls like he did before. He is going to be working overtime, not just to get himself reelected, but to make sure we increase our majority in the U.S. House.
Yeah. Hey, Congressman, before we let you go, I want to talk about Merrick Garland. The House held the Attorney General in contempt for refusing to hand over the audio tapes of Joe Biden's bumbling interview with the special counsel. So much for transparency from this administration. By the way, I remember the days when Nancy Pelosi and Democrat after Democrat said if you defy a congressional subpoena, you should be prosecuted by the DOJ and go to jail. Those are her words and many other Democrats. Well, here you go, Nancy. Good luck.
Well, look, the Democrats like to have it both ways. Merrick Garland needs to be held in contempt. I like Anna Paulina's bill that's coming up on privilege motion, not a bill, but a privilege motion, that he should be held in inherent contempt, which means the sergeant at arms of the U.S. House of Representatives can go arrest this guy, bring him back to the Capitol until he releases this video. We need to see the video because we do believe that the transcript does not accurately reflect the video. We need to see the tone and tenor, the context and perspective to have a full picture of this interview with the President of the United States and others when it comes to this whole issue, because until we get the absolute truth, the American people will not be satisfied.
15
Congressman,
seconds.
very quickly.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead,
sorry,
Terrence, you
very
take it.
quickly, because I want to get to this. I think this is important. Can you tell us what's happening behind the scenes to try to counter this Russian show of force that's happening off the coast of Florida with their maritime, with their ships and the submarines? What's happening behind the scenes?
Sure.
What's being done for us to show our own force or to protect our border?
Look, you know, I'm on the Armed Services Committee, and President Trump spoke to this yesterday. Let me be very clear. A lot of these things are happening in the world right now where all these bullies are showing their muscles would not be happening had President Trump still been in office today. But look, this is scary to have a nuclear submarine from Russia, one of our biggest enemies right now, 90 miles from Miami. That is not a good thing. But because of the weakness of this president and this administration, they are flexing their muscle. China is flexing its muscle each and every day with Taiwan, crossing in the Taiwan Straits, trying to provoke Taiwan. We've got to get President Trump back behind that resolute desk. These bullies thrive off weakness, and this is a danger to the United States of America. Our intelligence agencies are on this. We are watching them closely. These are part of maneuvers that they did before COVID, but now they're rearing their ugly heads again, and we've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
Congressman Mark Alford, thanks for being here. Happy Father's Day, or as the left would say, happy
too.
what is a Father Day, or something like that. Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Congressman.